Men's final is in the water now. Just inside of 40 minutes on the clock. Kaniela Stewart already up and at it. Quick ride there for Connie. J.Van Hohenstein out the back right now with priority. No, you're absolutely right. This is an interesting one. I mean, these guys have definitely surfed together a lot. I'm sure they've competed in the past, never at this level, as this is John Michael's first ever final. That's how you want to start. Gets on the nose, nice carve, a lot of energy, some vibrancy in Johnny the Ripper's surfing right now. A bumpy wave, so he's kind of had to navigate some lumps and bumps. But he's coming through the inside section. Nothing too impactful out the back, but I think the bulk, a lot of the scores that he's had have been through this inside section. And Johnny's got that in spades. Here we go, Kaniela Stewart. His first wave came through, a 2-point ride. Now he's hanging out there on the nose, swiveling through to the inside section. Big carve there, right in the pocket. Miraculously fitting that 9-foot plus board straight in the power source. Sees John Michael paddling back out, so he does a quick pull out. So we'll see what happens for Tony Silvani. But right now, all eyes on Kaniela Stewart. Got this wave with priority, straight to the nose. Classic soul arch, hang 10. Doesn't get much better than that. Now he has to carve back into the power pocket. Onto the open face, a beautiful hard turn there for Kaniela Stewart. It's almost like he's just telegraphing, waiting to see when he can cross step back to the nose. There's that traditional drop knee turn there. Through to the inside section. So the inside has been pretty important throughout finals day so far. You know, I think the meat of the score is going to come from that outside section, of course, but there are points still available as you get down into this inside.
Absolutely. I thought his wave selection right here with priority as he gets like another 10 on the inside was superb. His positioning in the lineup, Chris, you mentioned him being from Waikiki and this wave really being similar to Queens. He's such a good shortboarder too. I've had the pleasure of surfing with him over at Pipeline, and he's a great backdoor surfer. So if he's able to surf a wave like this that is inconsequential to power when we relate it to somewhere like Pipeline, this is a walk in the park for him.
Yeah. 4 steps up to the nose, coming from behind, hanging 10, nice and high. So some soul arch variation there for Kaniela. And this flow here steps out and into this next variation. The judges will appreciate the clean transition, the footwork between the maneuvers, using the rail and the tail, stepping off this. Now this inside section, we didn't know what it was going to give, but a series of drop knee turns, which is adding a variety. So you can see he's going at a slow pace there, so not carrying a whole heap of speed, but he makes this inside section worth it because he just waits nice and patiently. And at this point, he needs to put the icing on the cake, and that he does. 4 steps up to the nose, and he gets the 10 here, and a little bit of balance and poise. Steps back, and he's not finished yet as he's approaching the rocky shore. He's up again, hang 10. So a 2-for-1 combination there, and finishing really cleanly, showing the judges that he had control that whole wave.
Johnny the Ripper out the back. Is he in position? Right in the pocket, straight to the nose, running back through the mid portion of the wave to get around this big section. There was a nice turn to start there for Johnny. And now he's going to wait and see what happens. In between nose rides, of course, you can bet he's going to lean on that back knee, give us some drop knee turns that are timeless, super radical. There's one of them right there. I love how he extends his wingspan, drops that back knee, really leans into it. There's another one for you. Purists and modernists will both agree that that right there is radical longboard surfing. With 27 minutes to go here, this is John Michael Van Hohenstein's answer back to Kaniela Stewart's 8-3-3. This wave a little bit more difficult to ride than the one Kaniela got, which was a pretty special set wave. But this one kind of offering some unique sections, allow him to show us his creativity. John Michael Van Hohenstein is now on the board. He has a 4.17. We think he probably did a little bit better than that on that last one.
There's a clear difference on the sizing of the wave on this one in comparison to Connie's 8.33. Started off with the rail surfing, as you were mentioning, Matt, but had a couple of decent nose rides through the middle part of this one. But the clear and noticeable thing was that this wave was always running down the line, but it hit that channel up until a moment. So the steepness in this wave in comparison to Connie's wasn't really present.
Yeah, that's right. And you see the bumps he's having to negotiate, which he does really well. And that turn there, really using the body and the board to his advantage, squirting through the turn. You see it just release, and he snaps it through. And that's someone who's really connected to their equipment, and that he is. Always going in, checking on his boards with his shaper, Mark Liddell there, and snapping that one through. So keeping really busy, surfing what's in front of him, very intuitive surfing. And he is hungry. He wants to get on that world tour. And a 5.93 dropping for that wave. So I think well placed in the scale of the heat. He'll go out. He's got a high surf IQ, and he's showing his heat IQ is there as well. So it's exciting, but not surprising that we have both of these surfers in the final.
That is absolutely right. Straight to the nose right there. That was an incredible drop by John, but just as smart as he looks, Kaniela Stewart uses priority here, and really more than anything, seemed like a block to keep John off of that wave. Looking to convert on something right here if he is able to improve on the 4.33. It seemed from the get-go, though, that was looking like a great score for John Michael, and just as predicted, Connie Tsunami going to be on the best waves in this one. Brings down the layback hack. That was a point of difference that we have not seen in this heat so far. Kind of a sleepy middle part to this wave, though. Not a lot of consequential maneuvers, but on the inside now. This wave doubling up. Goes for the tight 5 nose right there. Brings it back. Once again to the nose. This wave really standing up when it hits the shore break. And he is going to finish off his 4th ride with some style. 16 minutes to go. Seems like that 4.33 will be gone.
Kaniela Stewart in red. So opening hang 10, more so to keep Johnny off the wave, carving it back into the pocket. And here, a little stumble. Fantastic balance there, though. And it goes very sleepy, this wave, using the length of the board just to carry the momentum through the dead section. And that is what longboarding is good for, using that length up on the nose, hanging 10 again. This time, he sees the inside section ramping up, so he does that layback, steps into a loss of momentum there, but he makes up for it in here with a nice tempo and a smooth flow. And he spies an inside section. None of us could see this was going to occur. He gets low, redirects. Love this hang 5. Back up into the 10, in the pocket, steps back, finds another little section here, and showing the judges that he did finish with control and a lot of variety on that wave, but also the area which he's grown up. You know, it does take a village, and they've done a great job with their Waikiki crew.
Speaking of Waikiki, the heat leader of the men's final, Stewart up and riding. It's going to be a quick one for him.
You generally really want that setup with that bottom turn to get you deep in the pocket.
5 minutes to go. It's crunch time for Johnny the Ripper. Last score of Stewart, just a 2.13. This is a huge moment right now for John. Needs to win the final to be able to qualify for the Original Sprout Malibu Longboard Championships. Good work right there in the pocket. That was a strong turn from John. Needs more of that, though. And to be able to combine it with some good nose riding on the inside. Drop knee car for him in the pocket. Transitioning yet again. Really needs to get busy right here. Floater, and that'll be it for him on this one as he kicks out on the inside. Just over 4 minutes to go, needing something near a 9-point ride. It would have to be the best score of the final. This would be huge for Kaniela. He is going to use priority and play some defense right here at the end. As I told you, he's just become a much more experienced competitor. Goes big on the outside, and he'll go down, but that was just a defensive move right there. 55 seconds on the clock. Priority with Johnny. He has a chance. Will the wave come through?
There is a wave, and he's approaching his sea. He's going to try and fade into this, and he'll need every single little bit behind him. 5 seconds. Will he get it?
Well, this wave will count. He gave himself a chance. Nothing on the outside so far. A really flat wave. And even trying to gain some speed right there. And with that kick out, Kaniela Stewart takes out the men's division. What a win, what a victory, what a way to secure the #1 seed heading into Malibu.
A stoic Kaniela Stewart. Pretty emotionless at the moment, but I'm sure he will have a very, very happy, smiling face when he comes in, but bittersweet saying goodbye on the tour to John Michael Van Hohenstein, who'll have to re-qualify through that regional qualification process. And there he is, just a victory lap.